Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom. If you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. It would help us out a lot. Stay tuned. We got a lot more for you in this episode. Thanks for watching. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Monday. I think it's like the 7th or something. So we're back on Save Project Big Red. Or Project Save Big Red. That sounds a little better. So let me show you what we got. This is where we left off. Not bad. So today, we're going to get the fan off, because it needs to come off. We're going to get this battery box out of here, because it's almost out. Then we're going to get under here. We're going to unhook this cable. We're going to unhook all these brake lines right here. We're going to unhook the steering. And anything else that we can find that's attached from the cab to the frame or the engine, okay? And then, God willing, we're gonna start figuring out how to get this thing in the air. Start going through that. Now, sorry about that, guys. Camera was inside in the air conditioning. It's like, 80 something and humid out here. So, that's what we're going to be doing. So, I'm going to get to work. I'm going to stop talking and start working. So, we're getting somewhere. Once the cab goes up, frame comes in, Apache comes over. There's a bunch of work to do here, just getting this cleaned up so the frame can come in. A lot of moving pieces here. And, yeah, we'll probably have to make a Lowe's run, get some 4x4s. Maybe some concrete blocks or whatever we need, and we'll just start going up. If you guys have watched the Volkswagen thing videos, you saw how we took the body out the frame on that, and it's going to be somewhat similar to that in a weird way. So, see how this goes. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, welcome back. It is 1 o'clock on the dot. Here's where we're at. Fans out. We had to run to O'Reilly's and rent the wrench to get the fan clutch out. That wrench looks like here somewhere. For those who are wondering, there's a fan clutch wrench set. It looks like this. So the one we needed is actually down here. That guy, 36 millimeter. You stab that in. Now what makes this great, look how thin it is. It actually fits in there. Otherwise it's almost impossible. So fan and fan clutch are out. AC lines are unhooked. Ron's taking the last piece off now. I've been working on the steering. That's a nightmare. Battery box, driver's side is out. That was maybe the hardest thing we've done. Got that out of here. Bunch of stuff unhooked. Fuse block is kind of hanging here, so on. Just removing things. We just figured out how to take this bar out, which should be as simple as unbolting the 8 bolts. Excuse me, it's not. Basically what we have to do is relief cut. You got to cut it here and here, and then back to about here. Cut it, peel this back, pull it out. And then when you put it back in, you just weld it back up. That's how they do it. Or you take the whole fender structure and all that off, and a lot of people never get them right, and we're just not going to do that since we own a welder. So we got that going on. I'm realizing real quick that I need power steering hoses. These are pretty terrible. Look at that. Yeah, there's things. So, long story short, hey Ron, it goes up in from the bottom.
New video.
Yeah. So that's where we're at here. We're getting there. I got most of the electrical unhooked on both sides, I believe. What I'm still dealing with, I got to do the brakes, I got to get the steering off. I've got some random things here I got to take care of, and the emergency brake. Once those come off, then you know, from there we kind of go from there. So that's what we got, boys and girls. We'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna keep rocking on this thing. Weather's holding out so far. It's not supposed to rain until like 9 or 10 tonight, and then it's supposed to be sunny for the rest of the week, but cooler, which is very helpful. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, it is getting kind of later. 4:16. I just got the steering off. Brake lines are off. I'll show you that here. Brake lines are off. So that's off. These plugs are out. Pretty much everything's unhooked. Steering's unhooked. The transmission lines are unhooked. This is one of them, but it doesn't need to come out. The other one that went to the cooler, that's a son of a bitch. That took us hours. Literally got probably 2 hours in that, but it went from the cooler all the way through all of this, down and back to the transmission, one line, with no way to break that line. I mean, just unreal. So we got it out finally. We got the fan clutch off. Been unhooking wires. I got all the wiring off here. It's kind of sitting up here. Grounds, so on and so forth. AC lines. We're getting there. I still got to take this off. I got to get that out somehow. And then that's one of our gauges. I have to unhook the exhaust. I don't have to unhook the exhaust yet, actually, because it's not hooked to the body. Or is it? I got to look at that. The exhaust hangers, I believe, are on the frame. Yeah, you got those. You got those. Yeah, so I think I'm okay on exhaust. I'll double check though. And yeah, so we're really close. We've drained tranny fluid, not all of it, but what was in that cooler. Yeah, guys, just really starting to get somewhere here. I have a couple things left that I know of. This harness here that runs down here is for the fuel pump. The Air Dog, I believe it's Air Dog, fuel pump that's in the back, mounted on the frame. I need to unhook it back there and then run that wire out and up and over, out of the way. And I also need to unhook the e-brake, which is coming through the floor and running to the frame. So I need to unhook that somewhere in here. And yeah, that's about it. That harness, I believe it's this harness. No, it's not this harness. It's the one that goes under here. So anyway, we're working and thinking all at the same time here. We're doing too much. Just tired. So anyway, guys, that's where we're at so far. We're going to keep working on this. Try to get everything unhooked today, if we can. I'll show you what we got going on over here. Hey, hold on, Ron. This is another one of our storage areas. Okay. Hood, bumper, top of the core support, tranny cooler, all the shit. It's all here. There's the intercooler, one of the rear duals, the other rear dual, radiator, which is huge. So, and then that's all the Apache parts back there. And there's the lid to the truck, and then you got the steps back there. So just all kinds of stuff coming off of this. But guys, I think we're close. I think we're really close. So stay tuned. I know I haven't got a lot of footage of us actually working. I apologize for that, but it's boring. I mean, you just don't want to. I don't want to put you through that. Hours of me unplugging wires. So once we go to lift this body up and start doing all that, I will absolutely have this camera on and have you guys watching every bit of it, how we do it and so on, and we'll go from there. But for now, here we are, and we're starting to get an idea of things we need. One of them, sway bar end link on the passenger side. That's clearly not good, so I need to replace that. Alternator shit, we know that. Water pump, the tensioner, the radiator hoses. I got a lot of work to do on the fuel system, honestly. I'd like to do injectors, the injector tubes, the fuel lines, all of that up there. There is like a PCV breather underneath of this cover. I'd like to change that out with a new OEM one from Cummins. These power steering lines here are junk. I need to replace them. Anything that looks like it's leaking. And then I'm gonna see if I can't find a kit or whatever to eliminate this, which is the OEM fuel filter, which we don't use, and it's just sitting here. Unplugged, the whole deal. So if I don't need it, maybe I can get that out of the way, but we shall see. So we're gonna have a lot of work to do. A lot of cleaning, a lot of painting, a lot of pouring, all the things on all the suspension stuff. But basically, when this goes back onto that frame, it's gonna be brandy new. And not just Craigslist rebuilt, but actually right. And we'll just get going down the road on this thing. So stay tuned, whole lot more to go. This is just the suck part where we just got to get the cab off of this thing so I can start tearing that monster apart. So stay tuned, I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back. It's quitting time. It's beer 30 for sure. So I think we're almost there. We got a couple little things to do still, but we're pretty much ready to get the cab off the frame, we think. Let me show you what we got here. This is where we're at. So things we know we still have to do. I have to unhook the EGT gauge, exhaust gas temp gauge right here, the header. This goes back to the fuel pump. It's an Air Dog fuel pump mounted on the frame with the water separator. I just got to unplug it and pull that out so that it doesn't catch when we go up. And the emergency brake that's running back, we got to unhook that. Other than that, yeah, and I'm looking at it too, I got to unhook these two power steering lines, but that's not a big deal. That's just doing it. But yeah, you know, I think we're pretty much looking pretty good, and I might want to unhook this too. So for the most part, we're kind of where we want to be. So we're gonna get a little rain tonight, so we're gonna put the cover on 40. But we got everything buttoned up here. I think we're looking really good. Goes aiming down. And hopefully, now tomorrow I've got some running to do. My wife's off, Ron's got some running to do. We'll probably get the rest of this unhooked tomorrow. And then Wednesday will be the day that this goes up in the air. Wednesday will be all about getting the cab up off the frame into the garage, Apache over and or out for a minute while all that happens, just for spatial reasons. And yeah, that should be a whole lot of fun. You guys should love that. That'll be a good video. Little nerve-wracking, but I think we'll be able to do this pretty safely, I think. But we shall see. So one of the big things we're going to do is probably let the air out of the tires and or take the tires off and put the truck on the rollers, on the rotors. That could happen, I'm not sure. We're going to figure something out to get this truck down before we try, because otherwise, you look how high the truck is, the floor jacks are only going to go so high. So we need to be able to get that down so that we actually have a fighting chance. So, but yeah, that's coming up here Wednesday. tomorrow we'll be getting the rest of this unhooked if we can, and which I think we should be able to. And yeah, so hope you guys are having a great day. I gotta run back to O'Reilly's, take that fan clutch wrench back and get my $64 back on my card, and start making a parts list for this. Really, I think I'm gonna sit out here and just start going over what I think I need to buy and start getting it coming. That way, once this is out and everything, we can just start bolting all the new stuff on, you know. And I think we're gonna do phases. Phase 1 is get all the suspension fixed, brakes right, mechanically right, do all the general maintenance on the motor, alternator, water pump, tensioner, belt, new hoses, that kind of thing. New boots on the intercooler piping, if not new intercooler piping, and then move on and get it all running, driving, working correctly. And then phase 2, I think I'm going to do take the interior out of the truck and put new carpet in it, dynamat, speakers, a radio, like a floating screen like we have in the Volkswagen thing, and probably a Banks iDash, and maybe a pedal monster, and try to get that going. And from there, then we'll start thinking about, you know, turbo upgrade, manifold, turbo. I can do that anytime. I mean, look how much room you got here. There's no reason I can't get that off. I say that now, but when you pull this wheel well out, you pretty much got all the room you're ever gonna get and need. So start doing some of that stuff. So should be a pretty good truck. I'd like for this truck to be around 400 horse. You know, not sure on the torque. Right now I got 550, whatever that ends up being, with the stage 1 trans. We have the 48RE transmission rebuilt, stage 1 with a billet torque converter, and you know, just have a pretty beefy dually diesel here. Nothing that's gonna blow it up, nothing stupid. We're not gonna race. I don't want to blow black smoke and all that, but I wouldn't mind having a little extra power to pull some of these big hills and stuff. You know, 305 horse is okay, but sure be better at 400. And the torque is 550 is not bad, but we definitely have an issue here somewhere with a boost leak that we're hoping to fix while we're doing all this. I believe it's in the intercooler piping and the boots that hold them on, and I might have a wastegate. My wastegate might be sticking, I'm not sure, but basically full throttle we're getting about 20 to 21 pounds of boost, where I should be at 32 to 35 stock with the HO, so I'm losing 100 horsepower, give or take, somewhere. So, and it's been that way ever since we got the truck back. It's just been kind of down on power. So we're gonna get the power back. That's the plan here. So stay tuned for that. The plan here, guys, so where everybody's on the same page, get the truck frame swap done, phase 1, get the truck on that frame, get it running and driving, pivot over to the Apache, finish the welding, get the cabin primer, rough bodywork and prime, and then jump right into the 40 Ford, getting it painted for Louisville Street Rod Nationals. And if that doesn't work, we'll take the thing again. So see where that goes. But definitely gonna try to get this painted black for the Street Rod Nationals this year. So it's April. I figure this is gonna take all of April to do. Honestly, waiting on parts and all the things. I figure I've probably got 2 to 3 weeks on this left to get all of it done and where I want, body work and all the things, and then primer. So yeah, June, July, it's gonna be hot. We're gonna try to get that thing painted, so we'll see where it goes. But anyway, guys, stay tuned. I gotta run to O'Reilly's. Hope you're having a great night. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you.